Hey everybody, welcome to the first recording of the Heal Mind, Body, and Soul podcast. Thank you guys so much for all the support. I can't tell you what it's meant to me on my healing journey. You know, not a day goes by where this is easy. Every day has been a struggle. So your guys' support, sharing your journeys, it has meant so much to me. And I just want to say keep it up, keep healing. And what I'm going to talk about today is very important to starting your journey. So I hope that you like the episode. And let's heal together. First podcast, here we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Heal Mind, Body, and Soul podcast. I'm your host, Chris Lehman, and I'm very excited to be with you today. You know, through this journey and through my podcast here, we're going to go over many different things, including medications, how to heal properly, your diet, prayer, advice, toxicity, so many different tips. We're going to have a lot of different people on, from doctors to practitioners to anybody that can help along our journeys of healing. So I'm excited about starting this podcast and having all of you on this journey with me. So before we get into anything else, I want to talk about today's episode. We're going to talk about 3 things to start this healing journey. 3 of the most important things that you can do. Because without these 3 things, changing your diet, getting you off prescription medications, anything, any advice, anything that we can share to help one another is not going to work if you don't do these 3 things. And it all starts with you. Everything starts with your mindset. Okay? Everything starts with your mindset. If you don't change your thinking, nothing else is going to change. There's so much scientific evidence out there how doing certain things like meditation, mindfulness, all those things can regenerate cells, your healing process, nervous system, central nervous system pains. So if you don't fix your mindset, everything else that you're doing is not going to work. It might help, but it is not going to heal you. So getting into that, what are those 3 things? Just tell me those 3 things already, Chris. Number 1, like I said, mindset. Number 2 is your routines. And number 3 is your habits. So let's start with number 1. Let's start with your mindset. I'm going to jump in right into a story. My son hates vegetables. He hates vegetables. And if I trick him and sneak vegetables in there, he doesn't even notice that they're there, right? But if I give him something on his plate or even in his soup, he'll pick out every last vegetable and not eat it. Even if he actually likes it, as soon as he puts the tiniest, smallest bite into his mouth, he is going to spit that vegetable out. Because his mind is trained that vegetables are gross. And that's what we're experiencing with many different things. So along this healing journey, if you think about it, if the first thing when you wake up, getting sunlight, and it's Halloween day here in Illinois, and it is snowing like crazy, and I wanted to get sunlight this morning, and there just wasn't any to have. So I understand sometimes that could be hard. But opening up your curtains, going outside for a few minutes if possible, getting sunlight will help your mindset, number 1. But then changing that mindset as your day goes on, and I'll give you some examples. When you look at food and you think to yourself, if I eat healthy, I have to pay extra for food. I have to cook more. I have to do the dishes more. I'm not going to be able to eat this or do this or go to this place. You're already failing yourself. You're already failing yourself by doing that. So when you wake up, your mindset has to be, I cannot wait to eat healthy today. I cannot wait to feel better. I cannot wait to eat that grass-fed beef and that asparagus and my sugar-free diet, my gluten-free diet, my dairy-free diet, whatever diet you're on. Maybe it's a vegetarian diet, paleo. I cannot wait for that. Because if you have that mindset of, oh, I'm missing out on that donut, and trust me, I love apple fritters. And anytime I drive past, I don't drive anymore because I am unable at the moment. But anytime I go past a Dunkin' Donuts, I think, oh man, I want those apple fritters. And well, that's what I used to think, I should say. And that was a failing attitude because I would break my diet. And it's easier for people suffering with major health issues, right? It just is. Because you know you're struggling. If you eat those sugars, you're going to feel it later. But most of us don't have extreme health issues where if I eat one thing wrong, I'm going to feel major effects. You might feel small effects. But I'm telling you people that those effects add up. So that small amount, you're filling your bucket up until your bucket overflows, and you're going to feel the effects of processed foods, of sugars. I mean, look at the ingredients of almost anything. It is horrifying. So making sure that your mindset of, I can't wait to work out today. Not, I'm going to be sore if I work out. I might hurt myself if I work out. And trust me, I understand if you are a floxy like myself, that we can't really work out, but we can do movements. Taking away that fear of, I'm going to hurt myself, I'm going to be in pain tomorrow, I'm going to be, and I'm not saying overdo any of it, right? You need to work within your own mindset, your own self, your own body. But your brain is so powerful. I can't explain how powerful that is. So fix your mindset, fix your body, heal yourself. Number 2, routines. Routine. This is very important. First thing of routines is the circadian rhythm. This is a difficult one for myself, and I know it's a difficult one for many. Now, if you have a set work schedule, schedule time with the kids, with your friends, your wife, your husband, your family, it is much easier. However, what you want to do is you want to try to make sure that you wake up within an hour every single day. So maybe your wake up time is 8 a.m. You want to wake up between 7 and 9 a.m. every single day. Get in that routine. Yes, even on weekends, even on days that you have trouble sleeping, set your circadian rhythm. And this is a process. This isn't going to be easy. And maybe some of you already do this, and that's great. Try to take away napping. Sometimes you absolutely need a nap, I understand, but napping actually affects the circadian rhythm. Setting a schedule. So I have a booklet that shows from 7 a.m. until midnight every day. I think those are the times. And this booklet, I write out what I'm going to do the next day. So I'm going to wake up at this time. I'm going to do my light activity at this time. I'm going to set aside some time for work at this point. I'm going to eat. I'm going to take my vitamins at this time. And I try to follow that schedule as much as possible for a couple reasons. Why do you want to follow a schedule? And you don't want to do it where it's making you nervous, right? But as long as you list those things that you want to get done and you do those things and you fill it in the column on the side of what I actually did. So I want to cook today. Okay, maybe you got cooking at 10 a.m., but you don't get to it until 11 a.m. That's okay. But if you don't have a set schedule, if you don't have a routine, then what's going to happen is your brain is going to get flustered. You're going to try to multitask. And every study shows what multitasking does, what stress does to your body. So we're trying to eliminate as much of that as we can. And that's huge for recovery. That is huge for healing. And that is just good for your everyday happiness, because happiness is a mindset. So please try to get on a schedule for yourself, for your family. You will be happier and healthier. And it's hard, especially, if you own your own business, if your work hours are all over the board, it can be difficult. I remember when I was working, I was really, I had a lot of different employees that worked for me, and it was all part-time employees who, were calling in or scheduling issues, and that's tough because that all seeps into your daily routine. But you can still set hours of availability for yourself. Same with your kids, right? Your kids need this and this and this, but you can set time to help your kids and when to help your kids for the most part. So number 1, mindset. Number 2, routine. And the third one is habit. Habits are hard to break. Let me give you a story here. My dad is a heavy smoker. And I know smoking is an addiction because that is how my grandfather and my mom both passed away. But what my dad does, and I'm sorry, Dad, for telling your story out here, but what my dad does is he will do one thing, and then he will reach to his pocket where he keeps his cigarettes and smokes. He'll play a game, smoke, cook, smoke, drive 10 minutes down the road, smoke. Everything he does has smoking in between. It's just a bad, it's a horrible habit. And we all have bad habits, right? It could be being on your phone too much, watching too much TV, and you're eating wrong foods while doing so. Not using your time wisely, misplacing things. You pick something up, you put it down, you have no idea where it's at. So those little things of just your mindfulness, your gratitude, your habits, all those things are going to play the biggest role in healing, the biggest role in staying healthy. So I'm not saying to give up Facebook or Instagram or your TV shows. What I'm saying is schedule time for those and try to stick to that time as much as possible. So those are 3 things: mindset, routine, habits that will kick this process off. Start your journey. We want to get out of the gates fast, people. We are going to help each other. We are going to heal. And I have so many awesome things to share with you guys. I have so many guests coming on that will be able to share and enlighten this healing movements. Different, just anything that you guys can think of, we're going to touch on. I love your feedback. I love you guys. Keep healing, keep helping, keep loving. God bless, and have a good day.